have told it already. So my name is Rajeshwar, and I am a technology major, and I'll let my teammates introduce themselves.
Yeah, I'm Sagri.
Hi, my name is Rohit. I'm going to give some presentation on cloning.
Hi, my name is Anusha. I would like to present on reproductive cloning.
Cloning is generally defined as a creation of a genetically identical copy of human copies. This term is generally defined to the human cloning, which is used for the reproduction of cells and tissues. Cloning is the creation of a genetically identical species, cells or tissues. Cloning produces cells that are genetically similar to each other. It mainly defines for the creating of a new DNA, which is available with the two different DNAs. There are three types of clonings. They are therapeutic cloning, reproductive cloning, and human cloning. Generally, the therapeutic cloning is the use of stem cells for medicinal or research purposes. Reproductive cloning deals with the stem cells to create cloned animals. Human cloning is also referred to the genetical cloning. The remaining is done by Sagar.
Let's see about the therapeutic cloning. Here, uh, it doesn't need any sperm to enter into the embryo through the uterus. But here, we need to take the nucleus from the egg. That means extracted from the egg cell and the body cell. Then both are cultured in a test tube, and through the electricity, it needs electricity to grow up the embryo. Next, um, this has been mainly used in the extracting the cancer cells, because in growing of the cancer cells, it depletes the original cells. So if you inject into the body of the patient, it regenerates the tissues and helps to live better. There are also some problems with the therapeutic cloning. It destroys the stem cells, even though the stem cells are regenerates, but the past cells are being abolished, and normally many of them doesn't like to take this. And next.
Coming to reproductive cloning is performed to create a duplicate copy of another organism. Like human being, it involves implantation and birth, and it is used to creating an animal that is genetically identical to a donor animal through somatic cell nuclear transfer, and nucleus of an egg cell is replaced with the nucleus of the body cell, and egg cell is stimulated with an electricity. Embryo is put into uterus and allowed into a grow and be born. The baby is an exact genetic copy of the donor. And coming to problems with reproductive cloning, it is deemed morally wrong that because it is creating a life just to a walking organ donor from the animal after whom they were created. And coming to human cloning, it will be continue by Rajeshwar.
Hi, friends. So cloning, we have seen different types of cloning, like therapeutic and reproductive cloning. Human cloning is trying to create a human being based out of the combination of the DNAs of both the human beings. For example, let's say we want to create another human being who is free from all the flaws in the sense he doesn't have any diseases and he is born perfect with both all the limbs and all the senses. And a lot of people face problems with the kids that are being born, even born with without legs or without hands. Like, so a lot of research is going on in this field, and there is a debate that is going on in the scientific community. So should we go ahead with the cloning or should we not? So what is your opinion? What do you think that we should be doing? Like, is it okay to go ahead with the cloning, or what is your views? Yeah, I'm expecting an answer.
Here is a microphone. Who needs a microphone?
I personally, I think it's okay if they wanna, make my clone. And but the thing is that I think there are some problems with, mental issues or psychological issues. It's better to say that, for example, some people like me, I like to be unique. I don't want someone like me, so these are the things that humans, I think it's natural, so it's just a view of that. It's just an aspect.
Very good answer. So as she has mentioned that yes, it can be done. So most of the human community, that is for the benefit of the human beings, that they are more with the option of going ahead with the cloning. There are a lot of movies that are being produced on cloning. Some of them are Sleeper, The Boys from Brazil, and Multiplicity. So there are few scientists. Their names are Antinori and Panos Zaos. They have come up with producing producing the DNA in the kids in such a way that even if the parents don't have the infertility, if they have infertility, even then the kids will be able to have kids. I mean, have their offspring. And there is another scientist. His name is Richard Seed. He suggested that for anti-aging process, like everybody wants to stay young even when they have enough of age. So they are doing research in the field of anti-aging. And what are the benefits of the cloning? As we have mentioned, like benefits are defective genes are eliminated from the DNA itself, and for example, if we have a traumatic injury, then we can have a speedy recovery. Infertility could be eliminated. And conclusion, like from everywhere, like from movies to from research to medicine, the concept of cloning is deeply ingrained into our society. And in reality, it has way more challenges than we have presented. Like it's not just a straightforward process that we get the stem cells from two cells and interchange their nucleus, and we just get another cell which is free from flaws and defects. There is way more to that. So it's not a straightforward, simple process, but still, in spite of all these challenges, and it's worth going ahead for it because of the benefits and the benefits that come out of it. I think that should be it.
Any questions? Cloning. Any questions? Have anyone heard about what happened last week in Portugal? Scientists were working on using some stem cells from the nose. They discovered or want to discover that stem cells coming from the nose can heal the quadriplegic people who have some injury to the spinal cord. And for their amazement, the patient had a nose that after they implanted the stem cells from the nose into the spinal cord, after 3 weeks, she was having some pain, and they discovered that there is a nose that's becoming created in her spinal cord. So they had to remove a nose from the back, and they don't know what did this, and they were thinking that the stem cell would just grow into any type of member, but what happened is it followed the nose. So the government tried to close these hospitals, but the patients objected. The patients said, no, let them try on us to see what will happen. What do you think?
I think it's reasonable. If I was a quadriplegic, I would probably want to, do any scientific research. I would probably volunteer for any scientific research to hopefully aid in my walking again someday. And just another comment on should governments or corporations or anybody clone? I think yes. I mean, it should be expanded greatly. Yeah.
Very good. Any other questions or comments or news? Would you please give them a hand?